Good morning. Happy Friday to you. This is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I am known as your procrastination strategist, your behavior change expert, where I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and to get your dreams out of your head into your life. Good morning, Margaret. Thank you so much for joining. If you will, please hit the share button, invite someone. We're going to get this party started. We're not going to be on here long, but we're going to do what we do. We're going to do what we do. I pray that you are having an amazing start to your day. It is so, it is beautiful to wake up and be a part of a day that owes us nothing, a day that is a blessing from the skies. Yes, we didn't have to be here, but we are. We are here. We want to first start off by saying happy birthday to our girl, Tabitha Brock. Yes, happy birthday in the Louisiana area. Thank you so much for life. Thank you so much for your friendship, your prayers. She is an amazing woman of God. Love some Tab. Love some Tab. So if you happen to see her on my page, or if you happen to run across her on the book, just wish her a happy birthday, because today is her day. Good morning, Angela. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Brother Warren. Thank you so much for joining. It's a blessing to see you. It's a blessing to see you too. God bless you. You see what the title of this live feed is. Bring what you have to bring. Bring. Good morning, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining. Bring what you have to bring. Bring the gifts. Bring the gifts that you have been given. Bring the thing that you have been given. Bring your thing to the world. Bring what you have been given to the world to make a difference. Bring your thing that you have been given to the world to make a difference. For me, my purpose, do you know what my purpose is? My purpose and my passion is to inspire, to motivate, to empower. My passion is to serve other people. I'm back. I see you, girl. I see you. I see you. You know, sometimes, Shanti, we have to take a break, but boo, we have to pick ourselves back up. And as I told you, we got to get back on track. So glad to see you. So you want to make sure that you bring what you have been given to make the difference in the world. What you have may be different from what somebody else have. What I have may be different from what you have. That's right. That's right. If we were supposed to be the same, there would be no word that's called different. That's called different. So it's okay for you not to be like everybody else. It's okay for you to stand out. It's okay for you to do things differently. That's what we need. We need things to be different. We need things to be shaken. We need things that's raw and unseasoned. We need things that are transparent. We need things that's like just real, okay? Just real. So bring what you have to the world to make a difference. The gift that you have been given, do something with it. Do something with it. And we talk about purpose. When we talk about purpose, we talk about those things, the gifts that we have been given, the passion that we have to do them, and the contribution that we make to the world. I'm going to say that again. When we talk about purpose, we're talking about the gifts that we have been given, the passion that we have to use them, and the contribution that we have that we give to the world. That's our purpose. That is our purpose. Our purpose is to unwrap the gifts God has given us. Unwrap the gift God has given us. Love what he gave us and contributed to the world. That's my definition of purpose. That's my definition of purpose. You'll see that on a graphic. I just love how the Lord gives downloads, and then I can turn that into, I can repurpose the things that he give me in words, because I don't remember them. It's not me, it's him. It's the gift that is in me that I operate in, that I bring to the world to make a difference. to make a difference. To make a difference. What is it that you have that will make a difference in the world? Don't worry about it not looking like somebody else's. It wasn't designed to. It wasn't supposed to. You just show up being you. Good morning, Kim. Thank you so much for joining. Don't worry about you not being like this one or like that one. Don't look to the left or to the right. Don't compare. Bring what you have to bring to the table and enjoy what you have. To know that what you have is going to make a difference in the world. You are enough just the way you are, and what you have will make all the difference in the room when you show up. Can't nobody bring it the way you bring it. Can't nobody do it the way you do it. Can't nobody say it the way that you say it. So lose the status quo. Lose what they said on social media. You lose what they said on TV where you think that you got to be a certain size. You ain't got to be 10 and thin to win. You do not have to be 10 and thin to win. You don't have to be a 10 and you don't have to be thin to be able to win. Baby, you can be a good 7. You can have a little meat on your bone and you can be thriving and winning. Yes, I said that. I meant that. And I approve this message. I approve this message. So how are you all doing today? How are you doing today after, even after the funeral of brother, good morning, Toshiba, good morning, Carolyn, thank you so much for joining. After the funeral of brother George Floyd on yesterday, I don't know if you were able to, to be a part of that service, online. I watched the whole service. I even stood the 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And can I tell you that, even standing there for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, in silence, that was a long time. That was a long time. That was a long time. That was time, as Al Sharpton said, that was time for them to think about what they were doing. That was time. That wasn't like a spur of the moment thing where you just snapped and in the moment. Good morning, Regina. Thank you so much for joining. That was enough time. Good morning, Arthur. Good morning, Regina. Thank you so much for joining. That was enough time for them to actually think about the actions that were being taken. So I don't know if you had the opportunity to be a part of that service, because during that time, I took my lunch break and I watched it the whole time. I stood the 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And just to think that somebody is cutting the breath out of my life for that long, it's horrific. It's horrific. It is horrific. So I want to know, how are you doing? After all that is going on in the world with what happened with George Floyd, with what has happened with our protesters, what is happening in our world, what is happening to our families, what is happening in our communities and to our surroundings, how are you feeling? What are you thinking? I watched it and it was more than enough time to change. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't even really have words for it, Regina. There was more than enough time. As I stood there and I thought, I couldn't even imagine. I could not even imagine. I couldn't imagine 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And there's been times even in our childhood where people have played with you for a few minutes. Good morning, Belinda. Thank you so much for joining. Where they just may cover your mouth for a few minutes, for a few seconds. Can you imagine how many times? And think about this. This is something that the Holy Spirit just dropped in my spirit. Think about this. How many times have you tried, if you've ever tried to swim and you said, I'm going to hold my breath? You don't hold your breath for a good 30 seconds. You don't hold your breath. Some people may be able to do it for a minute, but can you imagine 8 minutes and 46 seconds grasping for your breath, saying that you can't breathe? I cannot imagine somebody doing that to my children. Not even to my children. I couldn't imagine somebody doing that to me. Have you thought about, trying to swim and you go into the water and you say you're going to hold your breath? 30 seconds is a long time. 60 seconds is a long doggone time to be underwater thinking I'm going to hold my breath. So how much is it 8 minutes and 46 seconds. So how are you all feeling? My heart is very heavy. Yes, as mothers, sisters, friends, I mean, as just being a part of, the black race, is hard. It's hard. I mean, I haven't even been able to, if I can just be brutally honest, I haven't even been able to be on routine like I have been on routine because my routine had to shift. My routine had to shift. Although I didn't watch it, I know without a doubt that it was more than enough time to come to himself. That man's heart had been dark for a long time. Absolutely. 8 minutes and 46 seconds. I sometimes when I turn on my alarm, I have a 60-second delay. Do you know 60 seconds somebody can come in your house and freaking rob you blind? 60 seconds? Good morning, Sherry. Thank you so much for joining. When my brother was shot a few weeks ago, they said he was calling for help sometime, but the person was scared to come out of the house. That's so... so sorry for that, Regina. Don't know the outcome of that. But it is just so sad. It is so sad. It is so sad. And I mean, to watch that, to witness that, to see that, to be a part of that, to know that it even happened to any human of any race is sickening. It's sickening. So what we're going to have to do in this time is bring the gifts that God has given us to make a difference and a change in this world. How many times are we able to help, but we stand watching, trying to figure out what to do? We got to, it's a lot of times. Good morning, Collider. Thank you so much for sure. You know what, Regina? A lot of times, because a lot of times people are afraid to, I'm not afraid. I am not going to stay silent because I know that the Lord, we have to make a decision to stand and do something now. I agree wholeheartedly. They did not have to come out the house to dial 911. Come on now, somebody. We got to stop being, we afraid of everything. And I always believe that everybody can't get, they can't do something to everybody. And if we start standing up as a people, but a lot of us, we so afraid of what's going to happen and what they going to do and what's going to be said and how people going to, I am not afraid to speak my truth. I am not afraid to speak my truth. And we got to get up out of this shell that somebody going to do something to us because we use our freedom of speech. No. I don't know what, for me, myself personally, I don't know what I would have done. It's hard to say what you would have done. I just don't see me standing, but I don't know what I would have done if I would have saw. In some cases I have to say, girl, you need to chill out. I mean, because I can see some things and, sometimes, you just change won't happen unless we step out of our normal and do something. We are the solution. Oh, absolutely, we are the solution. We are not the men and women we were yesterday. We are the solution today. We are the change that we want to see, but we cannot be afraid to speak up. This thing that we say that what's going on, what goes on in this house, got to stay in this house. That mentality, you got to get up out of that. What is going on, you got to speak out. That mentality has had so many people hurt. So many people have stayed in domestic violent relationship because they feel like people don't understand and they are afraid to speak up. They are afraid to speak their truth. Good morning, Ethel. Thank you so much for joining. So many people have stayed in a position of pain and hurt and have been done wrong because they're afraid of the outcome. Good morning, Dee. Good morning, Nikita. Thank you all so much for joining. Women have stayed in domestic violence relationship because they're afraid to speak their truth. We got to speak up. We got to speak up. We gotta speak up. We gotta speak up. And I know somebody saying you don't understand. If you're not in that situation, we gotta speak up. We gotta speak up and we gotta do something. It is time for us to push for a change. Good morning, Mary. We cannot be afraid. Because how can we just sit back and think that don't have anything to do with us? It got everything to do with us. I don't care if you got a black daughter, if you got kids, if you got nieces and nephews, if you have godchildren, if you got BFFs, if you got a mama or you came from a mama, you got a dad, and all of us did. We got to come and lock arms together. We got to use the gift God has given us. We have to be the change that we want to see. We got to make a difference in this world. We cannot sit back and say nothing. Can't sit back and say nothing. We cannot sit back and say nothing. When we are a part of God's family. We are all somebody. We are all somebody. I tell people all the time, I'm not prejudiced. I am not prejudiced. I feel like everybody has life for a reason. God knew that what he did when he made all of us. My children in my home, I love my children, and they are another race. I love my children. I love my children that I have. But I don't, and they are of another race. And so for me to think that, and for you to think, oh, you looking and I'm looking, and we think that this don't have anything to do with us. This has everything to do with us. I am my children's voice. Trauma has been handed down from generation to generation because of because of shame. They only have power in darkness. It's time to bring light to truth. That's right. The enemy can only operate in darkness because light and darkness cannot dwell in the same place. It is time for us to speak up. It is time for us to speak out. It is time for us to not be afraid and fearful, because God has not given us fear. God has given us power. God has given us power. He has given us love, and he has given us a sound mind. And I know that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. It shall not prosper. See, we think that we're in this place forever. We're afraid of what people are doing in this realm. But this is not my home. This is not my home. This right here is rehearsal. This is rehearsal, because the recital is going to be great. This is rehearsal. So we got to stop sitting back thinking, oh, that don't have nothing to do to me. It don't have nothing to do with you today. Because see, 2 weeks ago, it was George Floyd's family. And we have had other families. We have had other murders. We have had other acts that have come against us. We have had other things that has come against us. It is time for us to speak our truth. I got to get ready to get out of here because I'm getting excited. But we have to stop sitting back thinking, this don't apply to me. We got to stop sitting back and thinking that this don't have nothing to do with me. We got to stop sitting back and thinking that it's okay. It's not okay. As Al Sharpton said on yesterday, we don't need you to give us no favor. We got the favor of God. We got the grace of God. We don't need favors from you. What we need is for you to get your knee off our neck. He spoke a word on yesterday. What we need is for you to get your knee off our neck. You have had your knee on our neck. You have held us back for a long time. We don't get equal pay. We don't get treated equal. We don't get equal opportunities. We don't get to work in the positions that we want to work in. And we're more than qualified. We got to speak our truth. And we can't be afraid. God has not given us fear. But he given us power, love, and a sound mind. Walk in your power. Unwrap the gift that God has given you. Unwrap the gifts that God has given you. Unwrap it. You got to bring what you bring. You got to bring what God has given you. It may not be what I have. You may not speak as loud as I have. You may not be as bold as I am. If you got to speak in the background, but you need to speak up. You need to speak up. You may not speak. You may not be one that's on the front line, but you need to open your mouth. I don't care if you're the one that's bringing the food for those that are protesting, the water so they don't fall out. You need to be out there somewhere doing something. We cannot do everything, but we can do something. It is time for us to speak up. Yes, we're more than qualified. We've raised kids. We cook their food, clean their houses, and build up their businesses. But they said we not qualified. The devil and his mama is a liar. We're qualified. We've been qualified all the time. You better bring what you got. You better bring what you have. Bring what you have been given. Good morning, Crystal. Thank you so much for joining. Bring what you have been given to the table. Unwrap the gift that God has given you. You do what you do, and you do it well. You do what you do it boldly, you do it courageous, and you got to do it unapologetically. You got to do it unapologetically. We got the goods. Don't let nobody tell you you're not qualified. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not enough. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't be it, you can't do it, and you can't have it. You got to speak up now. Good morning, Sasha. Thank you so much for joining. It's time for us to speak up. It's time for us to speak up. It's time for us to speak up. And I see it's all different kinds of us on here. My girl Sasha is on here. My girl Belinda on here. I see all different kinds of us on here. D is on here. The woman of, I'm so sorry, I didn't drop my phone. I see, it's all type of business owners on here. We have several black business owners on here. We have beauticians on here. We have executive secretaries on here. We have financial planners on here. We have authors and coaches on here. We have daycare owners on here. We have travel agents on here. We have cash flow. We have authors and we have teachers on here. It's some of everybody on here. Caregivers and home givers. We have some of everybody on here. We have men and women of God, sisters and brothers in Christ on here. Everybody on. We got blacks on here. We got whites on here. We got women on here. We got men on here. We got trucking companies on here. Do you know we have the gifts? We have the gifts, and you can't be afraid to speak on color. We scared to, those other people. You can say white and you can say black, but you just need to know you can't be prejudiced. You cannot be prejudiced. Drop your business in the comments. Drop your business in the comments. You can't be prejudiced. Come on now, somebody. Drop your business in the comments. I gotta go. You better drop it quick because I'm finna end this live. Collections, consultant services. Come on now, somebody. Get your cash flow right. You can't just have services and ain't getting your money. Come on now, somebody. Get in contact with my girl D. You got trucking companies, things that, we need all this stuff. Bring your gift to the table. Awesome. Amen. Good morning, Javette. Thank you so much for joining. You got to bring what you have. What you have may be different. Good morning, Gail. Thank you so much for joining. What you bring may be different. Smith & Daniels Trucking Company, LLC. Love My Kids Learning System. Thank you so much. Zaphaea's Creations. Thank you so much. BS Solutions. Come on, somebody. Shanti, drop Action Speaks Volume Incorporated up in the comments for me. Action Speaks Volume Incorporated. Shanti, Angela, somebody put it in the comments. Action Speaks Volume Incorporated. We got to bring our truth. You can't be afraid. You can't even be in business and scared to tell people about your business. So you can't have life and be scared to talk about your life. You cannot be afraid to talk about the things that are negatively impacting you. Come on now, somebody. Come on, somebody. Look, I gotta go. I need you all to drop this in the comments. Drop your business in the comment. Drop your link in the comments. If you got books, drop your stuff. Thank you so much, Krista. Action Speaks Volume. Yes, ASV. Thank you all so much, Shanti. Thank you so much. If you got your book, drop your stuff on the comment. Today, you can drop your stuff on here. Behold and express yourself. Do it in love, because when we cut ourselves, we are all timely creations by Tamia Frison. Thank you so much, Regina. That's what I'm talking about. Drop your stuff in the comments. Even after this is over, drop your stuff in your comments. Nikita, put your link in there for your book. Come on now, somebody. Financial service. Angela Martin. Come on now. Soul for Prayers, Volume 2. Come on now. Let's do it. Drop your stuff in the comments. Share what you're working with. Share this out. That way, when you share this on your page, your business is going out to your community. You share it out. Share it out. Share it out. Everybody on here, you should have this broadcast on your page. Therefore, you will have your business before your people. You'll have other people's business before your people. Share this out. Stop being selfish. Share it out. Speak your truth, because it is time for you to speak now. There's my guy. Good morning, Eric. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Marsha. Thank you so much for joining. Look, we got to be the change that we want to see, and we're going to have to bring the gifts that God has given us to make a difference in the world. Drop your link. Drop your book. Drop whatever you want to put in these comments today. Drop them in there. Drop them in there. In spite of it all. That's what I'm talking about. In spite of it all. Drop your stuff in the comments. And then don't just drop it. Go and look at somebody's stuff and patronize with them. Go and look at somebody's stuff. Look, y'all got to get ready to get out of here. Share this on your page. So therefore, your tribe, they'll have your stuff, and they will see that we are one working together. Grace and Mercy reentry program for men and women. Oliver, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much. Put your book links up in here. Put your book links. Put your consulting services. Put your businesses. You can put yourself. If it ain't nobody but you, boo, and you got something that you want to bring, put your name in the comments. There's power. The power of the seed. When you sow the seed, it will grow. So look, we're getting ready to get out of here. I hope you took the opportunity to share your information. I hope you took the opportunity to share your page, to share your link, to share your stuff. Share your stuff. Don't be afraid. It's over 7 billion people in this world. Why do you think that 2 or 3 people is going to stop you from being who you were created to be? No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And what's for you is for you. And what's for me, it is for me. God bless you. Be the change that you want to see. Make the difference in the world. Bring what you have. God bless you, and have an amazing day. Share it, share it, share it, share it. I'll talk to you later.